Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm happy to introduce you to Codesigner, a new tool that we developed that is supposed to transform the way that we work in hardware and software co-design projects. We all know the struggle in those, that the needed time to market is way too long and that there's constant pressure to be faster. The traditional linear approach in hardware and software development often leads to trouble quite late in the project. And this is where Codesigner comes in. We want to be able to prevent this from an early stage. So our primary goal in Codesigner is to halve the time that is needed to get a new product, an embedded product, to market. It allows the user it allows people in a project, multiple people in a project, to collaborate seamlessly, work together in the same tool that serves as a ground truth for everybody in the project. This ambitious project has been made possible by funding of the German Ministry of Research, Technology and Space, and is an outcome of the CECAS project for developing a new server architecture for autonomous driving. With its major hardware-software co-design applications, the software-defined vehicle was a great example for developing a tool like Codesigner, where hardware and software development comes together. Of course, though, Codesigner can be used for other industries as well. Okay, enough of an introduction. Let's dive into the Codesigner user interface and explore some of the key concepts that make true co-design possible. So as you can see, we can log in and then we're immediately directed to the project's overview page. The platform offers features for real-time collaboration, allowing multiple engineers to work on the same project concurrently, as you can see here. The processes behind this tool enable the developers to remain in their own area of expertise, hardware or software development, and sticking to their used-to development cycles. Then they come together in Codesigner afterwards. As you can see, for example, here in this demo project, a developer could create a new software, giving it a name and a type, and uploading a model and test data afterwards. I will also later show you how hardware models are created, but like I said, a little later. They can then come together in an experiment, like I'm showing you right here, where they combine hardware and software with each other, set some other settings, and then let this be executed. Afterwards, they can come together and look at the dashboard to compare the results of their evaluations. For example, they can compare how certain software ran on hardware or how certain hardware behaves with the same software, and then compare in a dashboard different KPIs. Since Codesigner was developed with the idea of loose coupling between components in mind, hardware and software and some compiler settings can be combined flexibly. We have created a very general interface between hardware and software by the connection protocol. We access the hardware from remote and deploy the software from external. Hardware, if physically existent, can be connected. I can simply combine anything. Let me show you. Going to the jobs, I can create a new one where I select a software model, a hardware model, a version, the compiler settings, etc., and then create a new job. Just as that, I can create any imaginable combination between hardware and software. In the future, Codesigner will become even more flexible, allowing to independently configure build tools, compilation, and execution steps, all while keeping certain defaults, examples, and standards to just allow a quick jump start. While all of this allows you to remain independent, it wouldn't really be complete with also fostering fast progress. And this is where versioning comes in. As I said before, let me show you how hardware models are created. We can go to the hardware store, and as you can see, I already have a couple of hardware models here. When I want to create a new one, I click on Create, and based on the different hardware model types, I need to fill and provide different information. For example, a Docker image. But when it comes to making fast progress, reproducibility is key. And that's why we've included versioning in Codesigner. As you can see here, Codesigner checks different hardware versions. You can simply edit the hardware model and change certain fields, and a new version will be created. Especially in situations where you realize that a previous state of your project was better than where you had it now, Codesigner helps you. Because you can easily, with just a couple of clicks or command lines, re-access a previous version of your software or hardware, and continue from there without any hassle. Codesigneris more than a tool. It's a new way of thinking about embedded system development. By fostering true co-design and breaking down traditional silos, we believe Codesigner will significantly reduce the time to market and empower your teams to create innovative products more efficiently than before. Thank you for joining me on this quick tour through Codesigner. To learn more or request a demo, check out our website at ambrosys.com or send us an email to codesigner@ambrosys.com.